Right now, somewhere in the world, a single person is running an AI business from a laptop. No office, no employees, no investors. Just one person, a computer, and an internet connection. And that business is making more money than entire companies did just 10 years ago. This isn't a future prediction. It's not science fiction. It's already happening. Over the last 2 years, artificial intelligence has quietly created a new class of businesses, not upgrades to old industries, not faster versions of traditional companies, but entirely new business models that simply didn't exist before. These businesses don't need large teams, they don't need expensive infrastructure, and they don't require years of fundraising just to get started. In many cases, they're paying their founders more in a single year than traditional careers pay over a lifetime. Yet most people don't see it. When people hear AI money, they still picture giant tech companies, Silicon Valley, billion-dollar startups with hundreds of engineers and endless venture capital. That assumption feels logical, and it's completely wrong. The reality is that some of the most profitable AI businesses today are run by individuals, people who saw a narrow problem, built a focused solution, and let AI do the heavy lifting. No hype, no buzzwords, just leverage. To understand why this shift matters, you have to look at how business used to work. For decades, making serious money meant scaling people. You needed employees, managers, offices, and systems just to keep things running. Growth was expensive, slow, and risky. Then software changed that. One developer could suddenly build a product used by thousands, but even then, scaling still required support teams, customer service, marketing departments, and ongoing maintenance. AI broke that final bottleneck. For the first time, a single person can run operations that once required entire departments. Writing, design, research, customer support, data analysis, sales outreach, all handled by systems that work 24 hours a day. Not because the founder works harder, but because the leverage is fundamentally different. This is why AI businesses don't look like traditional startups. They're smaller, more focused, and often invisible. Many of them don't have flashy websites or big brand names. They solve one specific problem extremely well and charge for the outcome, not the effort. Some automate tasks companies hate doing but can't ignore. Some replace expensive consultants with software. Others create tools people use every day without even realizing AI is involved. And the founders behind them don't look like tech celebrities. They're freelancers who productized their skills, solo founders who noticed inefficiencies at their jobs, creators who realized their audience had problems worth paying to solve. What they all have in common is timing. AI didn't just make things faster, it made things possible that weren't before. Tasks that once took teams of experts can now be handled by systems trained on millions of examples. Ideas that would have cost tens of thousands of dollars to test can now be launched in weeks or even days. That dramatically changes the risk equation. When the cost of failure drops, experimentation explodes. And when experimentation explodes, entirely new business categories appear. That's exactly what we're seeing right now. The biggest mistake people make is assuming they're late. They look at AI and think the opportunity has already passed, that all the good ideas are taken, that only massive companies can compete. But history shows the opposite. The people who win are rarely the ones who arrive first. They're the ones who arrive when tools become usable, affordable, and accessible. That moment is now. We're still early in figuring out what sustainable AI businesses look like. The rules are still being written. The playbooks aren't finished. And that's where the opportunity lives. not in building the next giant platform, but in building something small that works extremely well. Something that replaces effort with systems, something that scales without adding complexity, something one person can control. Because right now, somewhere in the world, someone is doing exactly that. And the gap between those who understand this shift and those who don't is growing every single day. The question isn't whether AI will change how money is made. It already has. The real question is who's paying attention. Every major technological shift creates a window. Not a long one, not an obvious one. A short window where the rules are still forming. A moment when the market hasn't caught up yet. When everyone knows something big is happening, but very few understand how it actually works. That confusion is not a problem, it's the opportunity. We've seen this before. In the early days of the internet, most people thought it was a toy. Emails felt pointless, websites seemed unnecessary. Businesses ignored it. But a small group paid attention. They experimented while others watched. They built when the rules were unclear. And when the dust settled, those people owned the infrastructure of the digital world. Then came mobile apps. At first, apps were simple. Games, flashlights, note-taking tools. Nobody took them seriously. But while established companies hesitated, individuals and small teams moved fast. They learned distribution before it was crowded. They understood user behavior before it was expensive. That short window created billion-dollar companies. Social media followed the same pattern. In the beginning, it was just people posting photos, thoughts, and random updates. No strategy, no algorithms anyone understood, no playbook. But creators who showed up early didn't just gain followers, they gained leverage. They learned how attention moves, how audiences grow, how influence turns into income. Every time, the pattern was the same. A new technology appears. Most people wait for clarity. A few move while it's still messy. AI is in that exact phase right now. We are not in the future of AI. We are in the early present. The tools are powerful, but the rules are not fixed. The demand is exploding, but real expertise is still rare. Companies know they need AI, but most don't know what to do with it. That gap is where value is created. AI is already changing how businesses operate. Customer support, marketing, design, software development, research, finance, operations. Tasks that used to take teams now take systems. Processes that took days now take minutes. But here's the important part. The biggest opportunities are not in building new AI models. They're in applying AI to real problems. Most businesses don't need cutting-edge research. They need someone who understands their workflow and knows how to automate it. They need clarity, not complexity. And right now, that clarity is in short supply. That's why this window exists. Because when demand rises faster than understanding, the people who bridge that gap get paid. Not later, now. This is how every new economy is defined. The early participants don't compete on price, they compete on positioning. They become the translators, the builders, the operators. They set standards, they create categories, they shape expectations. By the time the market becomes crowded, they already own distribution, trust, and experience. And once that happens, the rules finally solidify. The window closes. So the real question is not whether AI will change business. That debate is already over. AI has changed business. The real question is, who recognizes this moment for what it is? Who is willing to learn while others wait? Who is willing to experiment while others ask for permission? Who is willing to build while the market is still confused? Because the people who move early don't just participate in the next economy, they define it. And when the economy is defined, the rewards follow the people who were there first. So the question remains, not if AI will reshape how work gets done, not if companies will adopt it, not if automation will accelerate. The only question that matters is simple: who gets paid? In this documentary, we're going to look at the highest-paying AI business models operating right now. Not theories, not predictions, real businesses that are already generating serious money. We'll break down why these models are able to scale so fast, why customers are willing to pay premium prices for them, and what makes them different from most AI projects you hear about online. You'll see real examples of individuals and companies running these businesses today. Some are small teams, some are solo founders. None of them needed to invent new AI technology from scratch. And most importantly, we'll uncover the patterns behind their success, the common decisions, positioning, and timing that keep showing up again and again. This documentary isn't about becoming an AI researcher. It's not about building the next ChatGPT or competing with tech giants. It's about understanding where money is already flowing and why. Right now, AI is creating a massive shift in how businesses operate. Companies aren't paying for AI because it's impressive. They're paying because it saves time, reduces costs, increases revenue, or replaces work that used to require entire teams. The highest-earning AI businesses understand this deeply. They don't sell AI, they sell outcomes. In many cases, the technology itself is almost invisible. What matters is the problem being solved and how clearly the value is delivered. You'll notice that these businesses focus on very specific markets. They don't try to serve everyone. They pick one industry, one pain point, and one clear promise. That focus allows them to charge more, grow faster, and face less competition. Another pattern you'll see is speed. These companies move quickly. They launch early, adapt fast, and improve based on real customer feedback instead of waiting for perfection. They also understand distribution. Great technology means nothing if nobody sees it. The most successful AI businesses pair solid products with smart marketing, partnerships, or built-in demand. Throughout this documentary, we'll look at how these models actually work behind the scenes, how they make money, how they attract customers, and why some AI businesses quietly outperform much bigger, more visible startups. This isn't a get-rich-quick story. It's a practical look at what's already working in the real world. By the end of this documentary, you won't just see AI as a tool or a trend. You'll see it as a business lever, a way to identify leverage, spot opportunities, and think more clearly about value creation. And once you understand these patterns, it becomes much easier to recognize where the next high-paying AI opportunities are likely to emerge. For decades, software has been one of the most profitable businesses in history. From accounting tools to design platforms, from email systems to enterprise databases, software quietly became the backbone of the modern world. It scaled globally, ran 24 hours a day, and generated recurring revenue like no other business model before it. But AI changed the rules. Not gradually, not hypothetically, fundamentally. Traditional software was slow to create. Large teams, long development cycles, years of planning, testing, and iteration before a product ever reached the market. AI-powered software broke that timeline. What once took years can now be built in months, sometimes weeks. A small team or even a single founder can launch a powerful AI product using existing models, APIs, and automation frameworks. The barrier to entry dropped dramatically, but the value delivered increased. And that shift changed how businesses think about software. Traditional software focused on tools. AI software focuses on outcomes. It doesn't just help someone do their job faster. In many cases, it replaces the job entirely. A writing assistant doesn't just improve productivity, it replaces the need for a full-time writer in certain roles. An AI analyst doesn't just visualize data, it interprets trends, generates insights, and prepares reports automatically. An AI support agent doesn't assist the human team. It becomes the first and sometimes only line of customer support. This is why AI software commands high monthly fees. Companies aren't comparing the cost to other software, they're comparing it to salaries. Instead of building a writer team, they pay a tool. Instead of building an analytics team, they subscribe to a platform. Instead of staffing a support department, they deploy an AI agent. And the math is obvious. A few $100s per month is nothing compared to full-time employees, benefits, training, and management, especially when the software works non-stop and scales instantly. That's why AI software spreads so quickly inside organizations. Once a team sees real results, adoption accelerates. Departments copy each other, executives approve budgets without hesitation, not because the software is impressive, but because it saves time and money immediately. This is the key difference. Previous software often required months of onboarding before value appeared. AI software delivers value on day one. You type a prompt, you upload data, you get output. No complex setup, no long learning curves, no dependency on technical expertise. And that simplicity fuels explosive growth. We've already seen it happen. AI writing platforms reached millions in revenue faster than most SaaS companies in history. Marketing automation tools powered by AI replaced entire agency workflows. Design tools generated brand assets in seconds instead of weeks. These companies didn't win because they were flashy. They didn't rely on aggressive branding or massive teams. They won because they solved an urgent, expensive problem: time. Businesses are overloaded. Teams are stretched thin. Demand keeps increasing, but hiring can't keep up. AI software fills that gap. It doesn't take breaks, it doesn't get sick, it doesn't quit. And unlike traditional software, it keeps getting better. Each model update improves performance. Each data cycle increases accuracy. Each iteration compounds value without increasing headcount. This is why AI software scales so fast. Revenue grows faster than costs. Margins expand instead of shrinking, and global markets open instantly. A product built in one country can serve users everywhere without localization teams or regional offices. That's the new reality. AI didn't just improve software, it redefined what software is. It turned products into workers, subscriptions into salaries, and tools into replacements. And as more companies realize this, the demand will only increase. Not for flashy demos, not for futuristic promises, but for AI software that works, that saves money, and that delivers results immediately. That's why AI-powered software isn't just another trend. It's the most aggressive shift in business economics we've seen in decades, and it's only getting started. If software businesses are long-term machines, then AI agencies are cash flow engines. They don't take years to build, they don't need massive teams, and they don't depend on creating the next big app. An AI agency sells something much simpler: outcomes. Not software licenses, not dashboards, not features. Results. And that shift changes everything. For decades, building a serious business usually meant one of two paths. You either sold time, which limited your income, or you built software, which took years of development, funding, and risk before it ever paid off. AI agencies sit right in the middle. They move fast like services, but scale like products. And the reason this works is simple. Using modern AI tools, one person can now do the work that used to require an entire team. Tasks that once needed writers, designers, analysts, and support staff can now be handled by a single operator using the right AI systems. Content creation, lead generation, customer support, data analysis, marketing automation. The technology doesn't replace the business, it powers it. That's why AI agencies don't sell AI, they sell outcomes powered by AI. Clients don't care which model you use, They don't ask how prompts work. They don't want to learn new tools. They want leads. They want content. They want sales. They want problems solved. And this is where many people get it wrong. The most successful AI agencies never position themselves as AI experts. They position themselves as solution providers. Marketing agencies that generate leads automatically. Content agencies that produce high-quality posts, videos, or blogs at scale. Support automation agencies that reduce customer service costs by 80 or 90%. The client doesn't see automation, they see results. And because those results directly affect revenue or costs, pricing changes completely. Instead of charging per hour, AI agencies charge per outcome, per month, per system, per result delivered. This is how solo founders are charging thousands of dollars per client. Not because they work more hours, but because they deliver more value. Think about the economics. If one client pays $2,000 per month, that's nice, but manageable. 10 clients at $2,000 per month, that's $20,000 in monthly revenue. And because AI handles most of the execution, operating costs stay low. No large team, no office, no complex infrastructure, just systems. This is why AI agencies are one of the fastest ways people are monetizing AI right now. Not in theory, in practice. People are building these businesses without writing code, without raising money, without waiting years for a product to mature. They start by identifying a boring, expensive problem. Then they automate it. Then they sell the result. And the demand is already there. Businesses are overwhelmed. They're understaffed. They're under pressure to move faster than ever. When someone shows up and says, "I can solve this for you every month automatically," the conversation changes. It's no longer about cost, it's about relief. That's why AI agencies grow so quickly. They don't convince people AI is the future. They quietly install it into existing workflows and let the results speak. This model also changes how risk works. Software businesses are bets on the future. You build first, then hope customers show up. AI agencies work the opposite way. You sell first, then you build the system to deliver. Cash flow comes early, feedback comes fast, and improvements happen in real time. That's why many founders use AI agencies as their first serious business. It teaches sales, it teaches systems, it teaches leverage. And once those skills are learned, they compound. Some founders eventually turn their agency into software. Others keep it as a high-profit cash engine. Many do both. But it always starts with one idea. Stop selling tools, start selling outcomes. Because in this new era, the real advantage isn't AI itself, it's knowing how to apply it where money already flows. And that's exactly why AI agencies are winning right now. AI content businesses are widely misunderstood. Most people think this space is about replacing creativity, removing the human touch, or flooding the internet with low-quality content. That's not what's actually happening. This is about scale. AI doesn't replace creativity, it amplifies it. It takes a strong idea and allows it to show up everywhere, consistently, without burning out the creator behind it. Look at what's growing fastest right now. Faceless YouTube channels, email newsletters, digital publishing brands that don't rely on a single personality. These businesses aren't winning because they're more talented, they're winning because they're more consistent. And consistency beats talent every time. Most creators fail for one simple reason: they can't publish at the pace the internet rewards. They start strong, then life gets in the way. Motivation drops, quality slips, uploads slow, the algorithm moves on. AI changes that equation. With the right systems, creators can publish daily or even multiple times per day across platforms: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, X, newsletters, blogs, all from a small team or sometimes just one person. The creativity still comes from a human: the idea, the angle, the taste. AI handles the repetition, the formatting, the execution. That's the real advantage. Faceless channels are a perfect example. These channels don't depend on a personal brand or constant on-camera performance. They focus on ideas, storytelling, and value. AI helps generate scripts, refine hooks, repurpose content, and maintain a steady publishing rhythm. The result is momentum, and momentum compounds. When you publish consistently, the algorithm starts working for you. Data improves, titles get sharper, retention goes up, sponsors notice, ad revenue grows, audiences trust you because you're always there. This is why some creators are now earning tens of thousands of dollars per month with minimal teams, not because they discovered some secret trick, but because they built machines around content. Newsletters follow the same pattern. AI helps outline topics, summarize research, draft first versions, and personalize delivery. The creator focuses on direction and insight. The system handles the rest. Digital publishing empires are being built quietly this way. No viral face, no constant hustle, just consistent output, clear positioning, and scalable workflows. This is not a shortcut, it's leverage. AI doesn't make bad ideas good, but it makes good ideas repeatable, and repeatability is what turns content into a business. The creators who win in the next few years won't necessarily be the most charismatic or the most artistic. They'll be the ones who show up every day without burning out. They'll treat content like infrastructure, not inspiration. That's the shift most people miss. AI content businesses aren't about replacing humans, they're about removing friction. They allow creators to focus on thinking, strategy, and vision, while machines handle the heavy lifting. And in a world where attention rewards consistency above all else, that advantage is hard to beat. This is why AI-powered content businesses are growing faster than ever, not because creativity is dying, but because it's finally scalable. The biggest long-term money in AI isn't flashy. It isn't chatbots that go viral or tools that trend for a few weeks. It's infrastructure. Right now, almost every company wants to use AI. They see competitors talking about it. They hear investors asking about it. They feel pressure to adopt it. But here's the reality most people don't see. Very few companies actually know how to integrate AI into their business in a way that produces real results. They don't know where AI fits. They don't know what to automate first, and they definitely don't know how to connect AI to the messy systems they already use. This gap is where the real opportunity lives. AI automation consultants don't sell hype, they build systems. Systems that quietly replace manual work inside a business. Think about how most companies still operate. New customers are onboarded through long email chains. Employees manually move data between tools. Reports are created by copying and pasting spreadsheets. Support teams answer the same questions again and again. None of this work creates leverage, it just burns time, money, and focus. AI automation consultants step in and redesign these workflows from the ground up, not with theory, with practical systems. Onboarding becomes automated. Customer information flows instantly into the right tools. Welcome emails, contracts, and follow-ups trigger automatically. Reporting happens in real time. Data is pulled, summarized, and visualized without human input. Decision makers get answers instantly instead of waiting days. Customer support is handled by AI systems trained on company data. Common questions are resolved automatically. Human agents only step in when real judgment is needed. These aren't experiments, they're operational upgrades. And the most important part is this: these systems save companies money immediately. Not maybe someday, not after adoption, right away. Fewer hours spent on manual tasks, smaller support teams handling more volume. less friction in sales and operations. When something clearly saves money, businesses don't hesitate to pay for it. They don't argue about pricing. They don't ask if it's worth it. They already see the numbers. That's why this type of AI work is so powerful. It's not tied to trends. It doesn't depend on user growth or ads. It's built directly into how a company runs. Once these systems are in place, they become hard to remove. They touch core processes. They become part of the company's foundation. This creates long-term, stable income for the people who build them. And unlike flashy AI products, there's less competition. Most people chase tools that look impressive. Few want to deal with real business operations. Fewer still understand both AI and workflows well enough to connect them. That combination is rare, and rare skills command premium fees. This is quiet money. You won't see it trending on social media. You won't hear people bragging about it. But it's powerful. Because while others chase attention, infrastructure builders collect recurring revenue. While others sell features, they sell savings. And while others ride hype cycles, they build systems that last. In the long run, AI won't belong to the loudest companies. It will belong to the ones that run more efficiently than everyone else. And the people who make that possible will be paid very well to stay invisible. That's where the biggest long-term money in AI really is. AI content businesses are widely misunderstood. Most people think this space is about replacing creativity, removing the human touch, or flooding the internet with low-quality content. That's not what's actually happening. This is about scale. AI doesn't replace creativity, it amplifies it. It takes a strong idea and allows it to show up everywhere, consistently, without burning out the creator behind it. Look at what's growing fastest right now: faceless YouTube channels, email newsletters, digital publishing brands that don't rely on a single personality. These businesses aren't winning because they're more talented, they're winning because they're more consistent. And consistency beats talent every time. Most creators fail for one simple reason: they can't publish at the pace the internet rewards. They start strong, then life gets in the way. Motivation drops, quality slips, uploads slow down, the algorithm moves on. AI changes that equation. With the right systems, creators can publish daily or even multiple times per day across platforms: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, X, newsletters, blogs, all from a small team, or sometimes just one person. The creativity still comes from a human: the idea, the angle, the taste. AI handles the repetition, the formatting, the execution. That's the real advantage. Faceless channels are a perfect example. These channels don't depend on a personal brand or constant on-camera performance. They focus on ideas, storytelling, and value. AI helps generate scripts, refine hooks, repurpose content, and maintain a steady publishing rhythm. The result is momentum, and momentum compounds. When you publish consistently, the algorithm starts working for you. Data improves, titles get sharper, retention goes up, sponsors notice, ad revenue grows, audiences trust you because you're always there. This is why some creators are now earning tens of thousands of dollars per month with minimal teams, not because they discovered some secret trick, but because they built machines around content. Newsletters follow the same pattern. AI helps outline topics, summarize research, draft first versions, and personalize delivery. The creator focuses on direction and insight. The system handles the rest. Digital publishing empires are being built quietly this way. No viral face, no constant hustle, just consistent output, clear positioning, and scalable workflows. This is not a shortcut, it's leverage. AI doesn't make bad ideas good, but it makes good ideas repeatable, and repeatability is what turns content into a business. The creators who win in the next few years won't necessarily be the most charismatic or the most artistic. They'll be the ones who show up every day without burning out. They'll treat content like infrastructure, not inspiration. That's the shift most people miss. AI content businesses aren't about replacing humans, they're about removing friction. They allow creators to focus on thinking, strategy, and vision, while machines handle the heavy lifting. And in a world where attention rewards consistency above all else, that advantage is hard to beat. This is why AI-powered content businesses are growing faster than ever, not because creativity is dying, but because it's finally scalable. Have you ever noticed a pattern in the world's most successful AI businesses? Across industries, across markets, they all share the same core principles. First, they solve real problems, not hypothetical ones. Real problems that people or businesses face every single day. Problems that are costly, frustrating, or time-consuming. Think about the last time you wished a task could just disappear. That is exactly the space where AI thrives. AI isn't just a flashy technology, its true power comes from addressing those genuine pain points. Second, these businesses save time or money. Efficiency is the currency of success. Companies that harness AI aren't just chasing innovation for the sake of it, they are helping their customers do more in less time, with fewer errors and at lower costs. From automating repetitive tasks to predicting trends before they happen, AI transforms how work gets done, quietly powering results behind the scenes. Third, they reduce complexity. Life and business are inherently complicated, but the most impactful AI products simplify decision-making, streamline workflows, and make seemingly impossible tasks manageable. People don't want AI for AI's sake. They want solutions that make their lives easier, smoother, and less stressful. Here's the key insight. AI is never the product, it's the engine. It's the invisible force that makes the magic happen. When a customer experiences an AI solution, they don't think about neural networks, algorithms, or machine learning models. They feel relief. They feel control. They feel efficiency. That feeling, that transformation is the real product. Because at the end of the day, what people are really buying is peace of mind. They're buying freedom from tedious work, freedom from uncertainty, freedom from frustration. AI enables that freedom, but the promise, the value, is the relief it delivers. So when you're looking at AI businesses, whether you're building one or investing in one, remember this: focus on the human experience. Focus on the problem, the time saved, the simplicity introduced. Let AI do the heavy lifting in the background. Your product, your message, your success, it all comes from the relief you provide. The companies that master this pattern aren't just profitable, they're indispensable. And it's not because of the AI they use, it's because they understand what people truly want, a solution that works effortlessly and reliably. So think about it. If you want to build a high-paying AI business, don't chase the technology, chase the problem, chase the relief. Let AI be your engine, and let your product be the solution that makes life better. Because at the heart of every successful AI business, the product is never AI, the product is relief. We're still early. Not early in awareness. Everyone knows about AI now. The headlines, the buzz, the hype, it's everywhere. No, we're early in execution, in taking action when it actually counts, in building while others are still debating. The biggest mistake most people make is waiting to feel ready, waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect product. But here's the truth, that moment rarely comes. Waiting for perfection is the enemy of progress. Look at every major AI company you've heard of. The giants, the ones shaping the future, they didn't start flawless. They started messy. They started uncertain. They started small. What set them apart wasn't perfection, it was movement, momentum, the courage to begin, to test ideas, to learn, adapt, and iterate. Every action, no matter how imperfect, built forward motion. Every experiment taught a lesson. Every failure paved the way to success. So if you're waiting to feel ready, stop. Start now. Build something even if it's not perfect. Launch, iterate, refine. Let execution lead the way. Because in the world of AI, speed matters more than certainty. Progress matters more than perfection. And the ones who move, who act, who execute, who dare, are the ones who shape the future. Don't wait to feel ready. Take the first step today. Keep moving, keep building, and watch his momentum turn your ideas into impact. AI is no longer just a tool. It's reshaping the way we work, create, and even think about money. If this documentary gave you a new perspective on AI, if it made you pause and rethink what's possible, then take a moment now, like this video. Because understanding AI is more than curiosity, it's about preparing for the future and making choices that can shape your life in ways most people haven't even imagined yet. If you want to dive deeper, explore the forces driving power, innovation, and wealth in the age of AI, subscribe to this channel. We're uncovering the stories behind the technology, the businesses that are rewriting the rules, and the opportunities that could define the next decade. And I want to hear from you. Which AI business surprised you the most? Was it the one that's already transforming industries, or the one quietly building the future behind the scenes? Share your thoughts in the comments, because these conversations help all of us see the bigger picture. The next decade is being built right now. Every breakthrough, every new idea, every startup, it's all happening at this very moment, and the first step to owning a piece of that future is understanding it. So stay curious, stay aware, and join me as we explore the AI-driven world that's unfolding before our eyes.